So I actually ended up getting this is the first order I ever made. It got lost in the mail, and then they resent it, and then it came in the mail, so I got a bunch of these shirts again with my face on it. So I have a ton of shirts with my face on it. Shut up! I'm trying to make a video! You're just a needy pussy, like Virginia. And then we got some of the new ones in. This is the main logo on a red shirt. This one's the one that says Peace Easy on the front. And then this one says Get That V on the back. And this one says Get That V on the front. And I think it says Get That V on the back really big. Look at that. Well, a little bit of a life update here. Remember a couple videos ago I said I was 196 pounds, the gym wasn't open, and I had to do something. It was just that was my tipping point for doing something. Well, the gym's still not open, but I did start eating a lot better and eating a lot less. So I'm down to 186 pounds now, if anybody cares, in my shirt. We left off last video exactly where this one's gonna begin. We have to finish, we have one weld here that we have to do because this is gonna get rid of all the shrinkage in this pipe. That way it's one uniform piece. Once all the shrinkage is out of it, if it needs to be adjusted a little bit, you can grind down the ends just slightly to adjust the positioning. And then we're gonna weld our V-bands all the way on as well. And we're gonna weld our flange all the way on. Now, I know this welder's like super loud and annoying, but we have to get the perfect position because the way that this is fitted up, there's probably only a 1/16 of an inch away from the top of this housing to where the pipe is. So we have to tack this perfectly in order to get this to work right. There we go. It should be tacked up in enough places now that it won't move when I unbolt it all. I've probably got like 8 on this one and like 4 on this one and then 5 or 6 on everything. And you can see the clearance there. I might be able to fit like a piece of paper through that, to be honest. What I can do to get a little bit more clearance is that's just a little ridge right here. I could just grind down a little tiny bit on the ridge there. It'll give me a little bit of extra room. So I'm gonna just mark it while it's there anyways, because I'll probably end up like grinding it down a little bit just to give me a little more clearance, because I didn't anticipate that much shrinkage down, because when I first laid out these pipes, it was probably like a 1/4 inch, and now it's down to like a piece of paper. So the flange didn't go as planned in the middle here, because I couldn't get the torch in there anywhere. I had to use like 3 inches of stick out just to get the inner part, but like the all outer parts look pretty decent, I guess. And then I did weld this flange. I just had the other flange to weld up now. Unfortunately, it's that time again. We're gonna go back to work, so I'll be back at it tomorrow, and I'll see you guys then. Wait, Boosted Lifestyle.
Coiled injectors, everything like that, where the S55 seems...
I think Dan's making deals to get bigger turbos for his car. Dan, did it happen? Are you getting the turbos?
Installed on Friday.
Nice.
Well,
One day install?
What?
One day install?
No, it'll be
Weekend?
Friday, Saturday.
Damn.
We'll be at the track.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully be at the track. Okay. Well, Dan's getting like a 700 horsepower set of turbos. And those actually inline 6s in those cars are kind of beefy, and they can handle it. What did he make? He made like 700 wheel on stock motor, stock trans, stock fuel system, ethanol.
Yeah, he's about 720 with E.
We got this all on here. I didn't bolt up our flange right now, but it's all welded. I did rest this against my black seat over there, so I ruined my seat a little bit already. Yeah, I know. Which is sad because I just got this welding seat. So it had a little bit of gunk on it. And then this stainless right here, the one from this cheap China stainless, obviously because it doesn't weld as well compared to the good quality stuff to the good quality stuff. But it's on there. It's all welded up. I think I'm gonna do exhaust next, out the back. So we have to weld this flange on the inside of this one, because this is the only way we can reduce it for now. And it's a little bit of a gap, so we gotta get some filler rod in there to make it center and then try and fill that little gap without warping everything to shit, I guess. Only for this year. Next year I think I'm gonna go 5-inch aluminum downpipe. Alright, I have to admit, I've been cheating. This is what our welds look like before I filled it. So right here on this side. So I filled it in, it looked all like that the whole way around. And then I turned my welder on pulse, and then I started pulsing my whole way around. And then it flattened out and looks a lot better. So it did originally all look like this, and now it's all gonna look like that. Oh yeah, put in work, son. Put in work. Dan's gonna tackle this oil return line here, so I guess I'm on holding line duty here. You got the tape near you by any chance? Nope. Too tight a ticky tape?
No.
The one tied a ticky tape.
We're gonna find a 45, or we're gonna do what we talked about? You're gonna need it up here.
Oh.
I'm gonna hold it on the ground, just to let you know, routing, stuff like that.
I've been building the downpipe here, so I got this far. So far, it's tacked up.
Ow.
Just down and out through there now, basically.
Ow.
You can't reach it. I can see you. So this is kind of my angle I want on the pipe, but you can see if I cut it here, it's going to be at a big oval because it's not in the center line radius. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a hose clamp here, and this, when it's tightened up and pulled tight, it should be able to follow the center line radius of the pipe, and then we can get the closest angle to the one that we have there. So this is going to be a much straighter radius. You can see it's still kind of on our line there, but we're going to be able to mark it all the way around. Then when we put it in the bandsaw, we're going to get a nice circle cut instead of like a slash cut that's going to be oval and be really hard to line up the gaps when you go to weld.
That's a lot shorter than I expected it to be. That's what she said.
That's what I was just waiting here.
I'm like, damn it, I'm going to say it myself.
Yeah, you got wrecked there.
Yeah.
So there's the exhaust out the side. I didn't fully weld it yet. You do have to take the bumper off to put the downpipe on because it's one piece. Just gonna come off there. Go straight down. Yeah, it's my full exhaust. This wire's gonna be tied up a little bit there. It is a little bit close to this fuse box too. I don't know if that's gonna... It's kind of far away, but kind of not. Not bad. Looks pretty good. Like I said, I had to go from 5 to 4 here, so it looks a little dumb. But before we weld this and waste time on something that we won't have to waste time if we run trouble elsewhere, we know that just has to be welded up and it's done. We're gonna start on the charge piping here. That way, if there's an issue, we can tackle the issue before we use up all our time on something that could be used to solve the issue. So it's gotta go from here up to there, and we have all 3.5. That's a 4-inch outlet or inlet right here. That's a 4-inch. This is actually a 3-inch, but the pipe will fit over the outside of this, and we can weld to the outside. It'll go 3.5 up to 3.5, and we're just gonna come up and over the headers, down through here, and then pretty straight shot. Not like you, Mr. Straight Shot. You're too excited about your turbos now.
I am. I might be a little bit excited about that.
Yes.
It's gonna be fun to be not as slow.
You're gonna beat the Hellcat now. Before you put that on, I forgot that we essentially made this piece right here. So if you want to grab that over there somewhere. So this one, like kind of like this, it goes down here and it's going to go into that piece with that piece right there. I just welded that on. And now Dan is actually putting our coupler,
Hopefully,
on our throttle body there in hopes that...
Oh yeah, I got that short enough.
Yep, should pull over. Yep. In hopes that this will be finally bolted up and have a charge system. Well, boost system. Boost factory, bro.
Boost.
My aluminum welds weren't that consistent, I guess. That's the first piece. They'll definitely hold them. I'm not too mad about those. I'll try and make the next ones a little bit better. You're gonna be able to get this without, just because it's studs, we might have to like pull the studs out and put bolts in it maybe.
No, I don't think so. It's just a matter of...
We need to get a plug for this too. I know they make a plug, but by the time we get it here, it's not gonna... So that might have to come off again.
Do you wanna?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna weld the bottom side of this, I think.
I think we might put it on that first.
Oh, but there's 3 different holes here for it. In the bottom side? I gotta weld up this little middle one right there without welding this one, so that these still work. We're gonna try our precision skills.
Gotta come to the light side.
It didn't work. Fuck off.
Alright, second adapter.
How much further on that side now?
Pretty close. You might be on the front. Over to you a little bit and in.
Can't go towards me though.
In. Just in then. Okay.
A twist, I think. Yeah, it's gonna twist. There it goes.
Boom.
Yeah, that works. That one worked fine. Sick.
All that work cutting that other one for nothing.
Not bad. Oh, you're standing right there.
I swear we're getting more footage in the last half hour after you've said, yeah, that's it for the day 3 times, and then we keep going.
So this is how we're actually going to reduce it. This is our 3.5-inch V-band, just welded to a 4-inch V-band, because that's the transition we have to do. It's just the easiest way to reduce it. That's it for today, though. We're going to go to the car meet. We're going to just chill out for a bit and then hit it hard tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. I'd like to be racing on Friday. I feel like we got to put the drive shaft in, too. Road with that. Look at that. Look at that fresh tee for a fresh day. Piece easy. But not piece easy yet, because we got to finish this video. We're going to finish off our charge piping here. I should have learned. You'd think I'd learn after welding a bunch of times, but I did get an AC welding tan. As you can see there, that little line on my arm. Might as well pump it up for you a little bit there. Oh yeah, that's not even my jerking arm. But we're gonna weld up this piece to the next piece because these are the 2 that I want facing a certain angle. And then we have 3 other pieces that we have to get lined up to our firewall into this V-band right here. This is our reducer that we built yesterday. And this piece actually has to go into it, and I have to cut this somewhere after this stupid bead roll. I try to get rid of all the bead rolls on these eBay pipes. But you can see, we're gonna have a little bit of difficulty welding because see how thick it is on the inner radius and how thin it is on the outer radius? We just have to be careful when we're welding this thing. And what I'm actually gonna do is set this up because I'm not super consistent with aluminum yet. I'm actually gonna take our test piece, I'm gonna get the right amps on this thing, and then I'm gonna do our piece because I don't wanna mess up on our nice piece of pipe. This is gonna be something that I wanna kind of showcase for myself as I'm getting better with this whole fabricating thing. And it's not like I'm promoting myself to a company or anything because I don't wanna do this for a job because I don't want to take on outside work and start my own shop for a job because I don't want to do that really. I want to do this YouTube thing. I want to build fun stuff that I want to build. 2. This is... Oh, that needle didn't even move. As long as it flows, it'll be good, but we do have the secondary bottle. I'm going to try and drain this one. I just have to keep an eye on our flow meter, and when it stops flowing what we have it set to, that means it's running out at the bottom part of the bottle. These are going to be my current settings for what I'm going to be welding on aluminum. I have like 40% balance. I'm not too sure what I should do for cleaning action balance. It's like 150 frequency, and then it's on AC and 108 amps. So that's our weld all the way around on that one. It did catch us off by guard a little bit there. It got a little bit cold on this side, probably because the thickness of the pipe changed on me real fast. So right here it got like a little bit cold, but overall it's not so bad, I guess. I'm trying to keep consistent more than anything. Looks like I could have went a little bit hotter the whole way around because it is kind of up and the penetration wasn't really perfect on the inside. Well, it's all lined up here. It's not perfect, but I just tack welded this piece on in here. You can kind of see it in there, and then tack welded onto the flange up here. This isn't perfect. This was the piece I was talking about. So it is off a little tiny bit. I'll just have to fill a little bit of gap around the V-band and you won't even notice it. But that's our charge piping setup. And then I think I'm going to run the Pro Charger valve in this one. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I'm going to put it somewhere. Maybe up here somewhere. Oh, falling. Maybe in there somewhere. Oh my god, that's big. It would fit right there though. There it is in all its glory. It fits. I lost a little nut for this, but I'll find it after. It's all welded up. The thing we're going to start next on is probably our coolant overflow for now, because that's really important. More important than a blow-off valve. I don't really need a blow-off valve. Where did I just put the piece of pipe that I had? Over here on the table. So what I'm thinking about is putting this cap on this piece of pipe, putting this piece of pipe up here somewhere, so it's the highest point on the engine. Dash 16 at the bottom, and then two dash 12s inside, two dash 12s there, and then the dash 16 down in the radiator. That way we can fill the radiator and the engine from here, and then this will be our highest point. Then we can go to an overflow from here. That's my plan, I think. Should try it out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hole saw some 2-inch caps out of this piece of plate, weld them on the top and the bottom, and then we have our cylinder that we can work with. We can just drill another hole in the top, weld that piece on. I know it's a little bit confusing to us simpletons, but that's just the way we gotta do it. We gotta weld, and then weld, and then weld, and then weld, and keep fabricating. And then eventually it'll be like, and it'll start up, and then we'll go drive it, and then it'll break down. That is 2 caps welded on our piece. I had to put a piece of wire in here so I could like hold the cap in place. So I'm gonna have to cut this, drop it through, and then when we drill our hole for the other cap, the pieces will just fall out. So this is just a rounded piece of wire. I just fold it in half, and then the kink at the other end is actually what holds it up. That's done, that's our can. That's 16 out the bottom, dual 12s on the side, and then a cap on the top. This is by far our worst weld. It's because I left a little ridge on the plate when I put it on. I took the ridge off on the top one so it looks a lot better. That's why I put this one on the bottom. Dan's over here making us lines.
Yes.
So he's getting the dash 12 stuff ready. I got to cool down this can, and then I'll put it mounted over there in the thing, and I'll let him build the lines to it. While Dan's doing the coolant lines here, I think I'm gonna bust out the wastegates. I got them off already. Figure out where we're gonna mount them, and I think I'm gonna need some more pipe to go further down than this. But yeah, let Dan do his thing, I guess, here. Just,
Sorry.
I think one's gonna go like here, and then one's gonna go over on the other pipe. So I gotta do some fab work and cutting it again. I'm glad most of the aluminum shit is done. Well, I still need a coolant overflow tank. Technicalities, I think.
Kyle,
Yes?
that was a struggle.
Oh yeah, I know. Damn, Daniel.
What?
Nice shoes. Remember that thing? Damn.
Yeah.
So everything's off in the front here. We're just painting up this bar so it's not like shit colored. But that's as far as it's being disassembled. The coolant lines are done. 2 12s into the side of the tank here. The 16 goes to the bottom, to the rad. And there's our pressure up here. So we have to build an overflow tank as well. So we'll come off the nipple here, probably to a tank here or to a tank back there somewhere. We still have to build another tank. But it's reassembly time now. We can put our drain in the bottom, and we have our feed in the turbo now with a restrictor built into it. And it fell over. But it's getting close. Getting damn close. Piece easy. Get that V. But not yet. This isn't the end of the video yet.
Of anything I can to
All I know is Dan's putting the oil return line on. I have both wastegate flanges welded on here. This one, that's still hot, and then this one I had to crush it a little bit to make it work, but they're both gonna fit in there. Now we're bolting it up for the final time. Painted that bar, and I'm getting this started, then I'm gonna get the charge pipe started so then we can tighten this down and then tighten everything down to make sure it all still fits exactly where it was when I mocked it up. It's a little bit of a process, but look at us go. We todded. We tods. Well, that's it. That's the turbo kit made right there. Besides our dump pipes need to be extended, put down past the radiator there. We put the fan shroud on the radiator too, that fits. We have our oil return line, that's hooked up. We need an oil feed. I need a 90 fitting for right here, and then a 90 fitting for the back for our oil feed line. All our gaskets are in our charge piping here. The boot is on the charge piping, on the throttle body here as well. We have a finished turbo kit, man. Need some bolts for the headers. I forgot there's only 2 bolts in each header. So tomorrow, Dan, we gotta go get bolts.
Bolts.
Header bolts.
Again. More bolts.
And some more fittings.
Where's that JIC fitting?
Which one? Oh, the big one?
12.
Yeah, it's over here somewhere. No, it's over there where you are somewhere. Yeah. That's to connect our 2 water lines for the air to water.
Just another thing to take off the list.
Yes. Yeah, look at it. That turbo looks nasty right there.
Just happy.
So I have to finish welding up the downpipe as well, but I think tomorrow is going to be the next start day. So I believe we've got pretty much the majority of the video done here now. I'm probably going to upload this so we can start a new one tomorrow, because it's been, as I'm uploading this, it'll be 3 days. I try to upload every 3 days. But we've made a ton of progress, and sometimes we get caught up in just trying to keep moving forward, and we forget to grab the camera sometimes. So that's our fault. But I think it looks amazing, man. I'm glad that I went ahead and built this, because it just proves that I can keep progressing with every build that we did. First was my Mustang, and that was mediocre at best. And then we did Tokyo's car, which got a little bit better, and now we did this one, which is a lot better. And then next is going to be Virginia's Fox, which should be, in comparison to this, should be absolutely amazing, I guess. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Peace easy, and get that V.